Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about something that starts out as a total travel nightmare. You know, your phone dies in a city you've never been to, but ends up as a pretty amazing adventure. We're looking at what happens when that digital lifeline gets completely snipped and you have to find your way around the old-fashioned way.
Okay, just really picture this for a second. Put yourself right there. You're surrounded by the sights and sounds of a new place, totally excited to explore. You reach for your phone to pull up the map and, boom, black screen. That last 1% just vanished into thin air.
Panic, right? That's the first thing that hits you. It's like this cold wave washes over you. Your stomach just drops. You're cut off. So what's the move? What's your immediate gut reaction in that moment?
And that brings us to our first big point, that terrifying moment when our best friend, our phone, suddenly feels like our biggest enemy. We lean so hard on this digital crutch, and when it gets kicked out from under us, it feels like we've totally forgotten how to walk on our own.
And it happens in a flash, doesn't it? 1 second, you're feeling confident, ready to take on the world. You reach for that little rectangle of comfort in your pocket, and poof, it's just a useless piece of glass. And then that slow, sinking feeling kicks in. You're really, truly on your own.
That feeling is, well, it's isolating, even when you're surrounded by a million people. Your first instinct is probably to do that frantic pocket patting, looking for a charger you know you don't have, maybe desperately scanning for a coffee shop. But eventually, you just have to accept it. Time to figure out a new plan.
And this is where the whole story changes. It's the big turning point. It's when you pivot your mindset away from the gadgets that let you down and towards the oldest, most reliable navigation system on the planet. Other people.
I love this because it shows that mental shift perfectly. You go from that state of pure panic, no signal, no maps, feeling totally lost, to having a real actionable plan. You stop looking down at a dead screen and you start looking up. You observe, you listen, you ask, and you connect. That's the plan. It's that simple. So, you've made that mental switch. Awesome. But now what? Well, now you need the right tools for the job. We're going to break down the super simple, practical skills that become your new GPS. This is your toolkit for turning a disaster into a full-on adventure. And you know what the best part is? You don't have to be some kind of language genius. This isn't about fancy grammar or anything. It's just about clear, simple communication. Your entire toolkit really just has 3 basic but incredibly powerful parts.
All right, tool number 1 is the most powerful one you've got. Just asking for help. It's not just about the words you use either. It's about your whole approach. A simple, polite "excuse me" opens doors. It's a tiny moment of vulnerability that, you'll find, usually brings out the kindness in people. This one small action unlocks the knowledge of the entire city. Now, getting the directions is only half the job. Tool number 2 is making sure you actually understand what you just heard. It's all about active listening, right? You're basically creating a little feedback loop, repeating it back to them. Why is this so important? Well, because it stops you from walking 5 blocks in the completely wrong direction. It's a tiny step that saves a ton of time and frustration. And your final tool is all about making it easier for people to help you. It's the ability to describe what you see around you. If you can say, "Hey, I'm standing by a giant fountain," or "I see a statue of a horse," you give that person a landmark, a fixed point on their own mental map. Suddenly, you're not just a lost person, you're a pin on their map. It makes their job and your journey way, way easier. Okay, so you've got this new mindset, you've got these new tools, and this is where the magic happens. The initial disaster starts to change shape, the panic is gone, and in its place, something really cool starts to happen. A real unplanned adventure.
And what you're doing actually has a name. It's called analog navigation. And it's so much more than just getting from point A to B. It's kind of like an art form. It forces you to look up from a screen, to actually see the world around you, to trust your gut, and, most importantly, to actually connect with the people in that world.
So as we wrap this up, what's the big takeaway from all of this? I know it sounds a little crazy, but there is a real, genuine joy that comes from allowing yourself to get just a little bit lost. And that's the bottom line right there. This whole thing just goes to show you that a moment of tech failure can actually be a huge opportunity. An opportunity for connection, for building resilience, and for some real, actual discovery. The day your GPS dies might just be the day you really find your way. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Think back. Think about a time your tech failed you, when you felt that moment of panic. And now, try to reframe it.
When did a dead battery or no signal accidentally become the start of your best, most unexpected adventure?